Hello everybody, walkabout video. Had to do a load in the garage the other day. It's not quite the same. I like being out in the fresh air, clarity of thought and all that. Hope you're okay and have had a good weekend. Good to see you again. Well, I've got a bit political lately because we're getting to that time, aren't we? And I do this all the time. I drive my family nuts where I put my political head on and try and convince as many people as possible not to vote for Conservative or Labour or anything connected to the establishment because it's rotten to the core and needs replacing. I've been doing it for years and I'll probably be doing it till the day I shuffle off this mortal coil, whenever that will be. Well, it's a very interesting time, isn't it? Every election cycle, we always have a party or an individual that can promise us everything in the kitchen sink, answering our prayers, answering our wishes, the fact that it can all change, we can have something different. And when it comes to election time, we get more of the same. And I believe that's because a lot of the populace, a lot of the people in this country are still very much tuned in to the fact that we only have two choices, when in fact we don't. This whole first past the post system is set up and designed to provide for only those two choices, when in fact we have a lot more. I saw just in the last few days a Liberal Democrat won a seat in a by-election. Horrific. Who are the Liberal Democrats? I wouldn't vote for them if this was the last day on earth, to be quite honest, but I suppose it depends on the part of the country you're in, the beliefs of the people within it and everything else. Well, the biggest threat to the establishment is Reform UK. That's becoming obvious because the media coverage that they're being provided with is increasing dramatically. And every little hole, every little crevice that can be found in their armour is being exploited dramatically. And they're being made to look as bad as possible by the mainstream, the BBC, ITV, Channel 4 and whoever else you care to mention. Now, I've started a discussion about reform for a very simple reason. I want to know what you think, what you will vote for and how you feel about the whole thing. You know, when you get a platform like this, I've had people start calling me a prominent YouTuber at nearly 80,000 subscribers. I wouldn't go quite that far. I'm not quite Maya Tusi just yet. You know, you can use the platform to try and talk to people and spread the word as much as possible, which is all I ever wanted to do. Now, yes, there are some bad apples. Yes, there are some problems like there are everywhere else, but where you read all of the things that they intend to do, some of it, in fact a large majority of it, makes a lot of sense. The only thing that really worried me was about migration, you know, where it's out of control, particularly down at Dover. And it was a case of one in, one out. It was actually Paz that discovered that little cherub when he was doing his research on a video. Well, I've had it on reasonably good authority since that's changed. It's no longer one in, one out. Now, what I'm going to do in the not too distant future, and I'm going to talk to him probably later today, is set up a live stream with a member of Reform. You all know who he is, and we're going to have a discussion. What's going to change? What can change? What will be different? What's your opinion on this? What's your opinion on that? And it'll be very interesting discussion, very interesting debate. Now, I put a poll out on the channel not so long ago, and I said, you know, we're going to have this discussion. What I want you to do is list your concerns or list your questions which can be asked, and we'll go through them. I had a brief look yesterday, and there's a very common theme. you're either concerned about Richard Tice, or you're concerned about the influence of Hope Not Hate. Two very relevant areas, because that's what's in the news, and that's the chink in the armour that they seem to be jumping over. So, is your opinion influenced by what you read in the news, or is your opinion influenced by your own judgment? Very interesting, isn't it, how we form our opinions on things. Let me know in the comments what you think. Oh, and lastly, I had to have a bit of a laugh. As you know, I'm on social media, and you can follow me on X, you can follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Facebook if you're on those places. And I had a look on X the other day, and somebody had knocked up a fake front page of a newspaper, and they called it The Conspiracist. The Conspiracist. I thought, oh yeah. And there was you can see it here. There was a mock-up of my face and Maya Tusi, and it said, prominent YouTubers recruited by the establishment to destroy reform. I just looked and thought, yes, very good. The fact they used a thumbnail picture of mine, which is months out of date, is neither here nor there, but there you go. Well, if that's the way you feel, then that's the way you feel, but I have no intention of using any influence that I may have, little or large, to destroy anybody. What I want to do is promote discussion. I even got accused of backtracking. I didn't backtrack away from anything. In fact, I want to face it head on. We need to talk about these things. We need to decide what we really want for the future of this country. We all want the best for this country before it really is lost. Is it reform? Let's talk about it. Well, I'm going to have that live with the reform member. I'll have it probably in the week or perhaps towards the weekend, and we will have a very good discussion about all of the different elements that are important to this country and its future. It needs to be discussed, has to be discussed. And when you look at the recent by-elections we've had, and at the end of the day, a general election is just a large collection of by-elections in different areas, because we're voting for the person we want to represent us in Parliament. There's a very large percentage that just stay indoors. Surely that needs to change. Let me know what you think. Anyway, thank you for listening to my ramblings. Hit the like button, and that will help the channel, help the algorithm spread my content. Subscribe to the channel. I'll try and get to 80,000 anytime soon. And if you're on social media, I'd appreciate you sharing my stuff. And as always, I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.